We're coming through real loud. Okay. Now, you might use each other. Okay, go for it.
Today we're at the Marc on Skills, watching the youth final. Burton versus Berkeley. I'm here with Jackson Peters.
I can
I haven't done this before. So. It's been a while. Well, I've done it with one. I haven't done it with two.
Hello. Hello. Okay. Can you hear me? Am I muted? Maybe I hit the wrong one. Okay. Hello. Yeah, okay. Hello. Okay. We're good? Okay. What? No, we're good. Let's scoot over. Wait, if I leave it off like this, I kind of can, yeah. Yeah, first then just figuring all this ice without having a pregame practice is pretty crucial. So first then just figure out warm up the ice on both sides and get a couple of runs on it. Yeah, you know, they already are sitting one, but it is pretty important without peeling this rock. We're going to see Nate Burton here try and tap this. Looks like they've got a piece. That's a good shot. Great shot. Yeah, really, as long as you're shot rocky, you don't got to make this perfect, just making sure your shot back four throws inside here. You see the elected to play the back line hit. It's not a bad call, you just got to make sure that you're saving your shooter here and that you are counting at least one here. Davies is a risky. I don't mind the hack weight, even the board weight. Just try and hit and flop underneath. You know you're going to be sitting first and third after that wheel, and you guys will have to chase it. Got to be careful not to jam. That's a great shot. Again, Nate selecting the board weight, hit and roll over. It is important here that you got to get a bigger roll to make sure you're not jamming and sitting two. Yeah, you know, not a half pot shot. That's the way to miss that. You see Connor Barkley electing to play the hit. Hit and stick is good if you can roll it just onto the center line, even roll it just to bury a piece of your back four when Nate will have to play the double and he'll still be open. It's important here in the first end to keep your weight up. Fresh pass, you know, if you get in a fresh path, you're going to see it's going to die really quick and it's going to curl out. So make sure you're keeping your weight up here. You don't got to bomb this, but just make sure you're throwing enough weight to get it out. Yeah, so no, it's always slower. Sweeping to make this curl, important to stick this rock here. That's a good shot. Not where they wanted to roll, but that works. Making sure you're sticking that rock is crucial. It's pretty crucial. Double's not bad, trying to play that roll either, but it's really just making sure you're scoring your one. You're looking like you're going to get forced, so you know, making the rolls not bad, or just making sure you're sticking and you're still shot after this. Yeah. He did make that. That's a good shot. You know, if you're Connor Barkley here, you're just looking, making sure you're still sticking in the rings. Trying to get the roll is good, but Nate's always going to have a button no matter if you roll anywhere. So just hitting on the nose here isn't bad. Just making sure you're sticking your shooter. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, that's a perfect shot. No, Nate's forced his one. You know, same weight he just threw is good. He just threw this on his first, so he should be close. That's a tough shot. You know, you are risking giving up a steal of one that way. I think hitting for your single is the safer call here. Nothing wrong with scoring one. I agree. You have to be careful here. If he doesn't remember that this still is a little bit of a fresh path, this should curl, but he looks like he's thrown enough weight that it should be good. He's hanging a little bit. Is he playing the double or just the? It's got a curl. Yeah. It'll be a steal of one for Connor Barkley in the first end. Oh, nice. I'll see where Connor Barkley likes to put his first one. He is going to put, looks like a tight guard. You know, up on putting a tight guard, putting the pressure early. Nate will have to decide if he wants to go up inside or draw around it. And more than we can handle. Yeah, you know, we don't have a lot of finish, so the tighter your guards can be on this ice, the harder they are going to be to get around. Yeah, you don't want to shrink your scoring area after your first rock of the end. Putting this top eight's a great place. Yeah, it's got to slow down. Connor Barkley's electing to have his lead. Aiden throw another tight guard. I don't mind this call, you know, going even top eight. There's a good play. You know, you are up one, but putting two centers is putting the pressure on him. Now you got your two centers, so really go hard around the middle. Does have to curl. Look like he can go for weight too. Connor Barkley electing for a second Spencer Leclaire to go a little wide. He should get the draw. He is hanging out there wide, so he is electing now to play the draw. He has got a curl to make sure he is buried. You know, the split's a great call. I don't mind the top. Have it kind of buried around 2-3 guards here. Make him play at it. Yeah. Looks like he is playing the tap. That's got to go hard for the tap. Might still get the split. I overcurled a little bit, not not a bad shot. That blue isn't a dangerous spot, that always still tappable, and you might be able to run it later on in the end, so got something out of that, which works. They are electing to play the hit and roll. They got to go to get this out. Fortunately, rolling too far, so we'll have Caleb Hoofstra here throw his second, Hofstra, sorry, in the second end, throw his first. Are you looking at playing the top or the draw round? What do you like? Yeah. You don't got to make this. Yeah, don't got to make this perfect. Tucking half a rock isn't bad. He does electing to look like he's playing the top. Yeah, starting to curl. Got to go hard for line here. Oh, looks like he has a good one here. Great shot. Now, if you're Connor Barkley here, you might be looking at ripping one of your guards, even the run. What do you like? Yeah. And worst case, you make the peel still. Looks like that did overcurl. Now we're going to see Nate Burton electing to go top 12. Getting this half buried, you know, kind of just Christmas treeing. This is good. Yeah, no, great call. Looks very close. Might have to go for a line here. Yeah, he's going to rack off the guard. Looks like he's electing to try and play the hit and roll underneath the guard. Yeah, it's got a curl. He's sweeping it hard to make a curl. Got a piece. A sweep to get out, not hard. Ah, shoot. Yeah, big rock here, getting this buried top 8 foot. Don't have to be too deep again, just top 8. Even getting this half buried, making sure not behind the tee line, sitting 2 is good. Looks like this one's got to slow down, yeah. Oh, it's sliding through. Bit of a break for Connor Barkley here. Yeah, it's been like, it looks like it's been like that all weekend here. Keen's up very fast. Important to stick here if you're Connor Barkley. Now, you don't have to make the perfect roll, getting this even half buried underneath, but still making sure you're line shot rock. Yeah. Looks like he's really close. Yeah. You know, on this one now, rolling perfectly underneath, you do have to be careful. You might see them now. If you make the perfect roll, they'll freeze, but even getting this again half buried, making sure you're sticking your shooter here is crucial. It's pretty crucial. It's pretty crucial. I'd say it's a big deal. Looks to be hanging out there. Gonna have to curl a little bit here. Oh yeah. Looks to be a little tight. Looks to gotta go for line here. Oh, he's close. Let's go. Sit. That's a good shot. Nate now forced the draw to the pin. Yeah, great shot. Oh, he's even jumping up to sweep. Yeah. Calls line, sweeps, throws. He looks close. He's got to go hard here. Oh, he's really close. Oh, good shots. Great sweep, too. That's one for Team Burton. The score is now 1-1 going into the third end. Team Barkley with hammer. You know, after that perfect draw to the pin, looks like he's got his draw weight. I'm saying you just put a tight guard and give it to him. What are you playing? Are you going in or are you putting a guard up? Yeah. Great minds think alike. No, you just want to make sure you're not too high. Make this a usable rock. He's good. Must not be, he's not hitting it. Oh. First rock. Yeah. Gotta make this go. If you can get it off the center line, you might have to go hard to get this in now. Yeah, not a bad shot. I think I'm just hitting straight nose, leave 2 center guards. I've got to deal with those. Oh, I think he heard us. He might be playing it. Playing the hit and roll, you know, is not bad either, but if he knows this straight, you got 2 centers, and they've got to draw around, and you have a short run after that. Yeah. No. Oh, good call. He is electing to play the hit. He did hear me. I like it. Yeah. Looks like it's a little bit wide. Nate's gonna have to go hard on this one. You know, for Skip, he is a pretty good sweeper. A couple months, he's had a few tips from some new people, and he's becoming a good sweeper. See Connor Barkley electing to play the top. It's a good shot. Yeah, you know, just making some usable rocks. You are up 1. Oh, he's light, so he's gonna be putting another guard up here. Curl to make it sweep a little bit, just so you don't stagger them. Yeah. If you're Team Burton, I think you can just play that same hit again. They did just play it even though they missed it. Yeah, and even or you can even play the nose. He's probably hitting one of those guards, so I guess playing the roll isn't too bad. He is electing to play the draw, though. It's not a bad call. It's an aggressive call. Yeah. No, I agree. Looks like he is going to have to go for line here. Looks like he's got a good one here. Some good finish. Oh, good shot. Don't have to bring this too deep. That's a great shot. Looking to play the run back here. Or the race, sorry. He looks really close. Oh, good shot. Going with the out turn, if you ever leave a piece open on this in turn side, they kind of like, oh, once again he heard me. What a smart skip. From Coach Biran, I think so too. kind of like to play the draw. You could play the double peel. What are you playing? Are you going to play the double peel or are you going to play the draw round?
I think you'd almost want to play the peel, because if you get the peel, you could get lucky and roll your shooter to tap the yellow.
Yeah, I agree. If you're ever making this draw, if you leave it half open, if you leave it open and they go underneath, you're going to be hard pressed to get that rock out of there.
Or even if you select black house here, chances down.
Another great draw this time with Veronica. Yeah, if you're Caleb now, you don't got to worry about being perfect frozen. Just in front of that one. Top eight's not a bad, leaving it half open. Just maybe just kind of go for it. So she did get it. He does call that like his brother. As you're playing this shot, just making sure you're not drawing around the center, half open, just top 8 foot, just like he's calling.
This is really a great minds think alike.
Great minds think alike. Yeah, just carefully don't leave this too deep and leave them a double here. It is hanging. You might want to sweep this. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think if you're Davis benderitis here, you're just making sure you're getting underneath. Definitely electing the harder of two turns. With the out turn, you can't really afford to be wide. You are going to rack your guards. Yeah. Not a bad shot. That is the promise. If you're Nate, now you're trying to hit and roll underneath the guard, making sure obviously you're still at least sitting 2 here. You don't got to make this perfect. Is he playing the hitter or is he playing the draw? Yeah. Oh, he is playing the draw. Looks like he's got to go for line here. Go hard, make sure.
You got to roll this at least to try and get a little bit of leverage for your own.
Whoa. That is the promise. If you're going to play that draw, making sure you're racking on that guard, he's still going to have access to it. Regardless, now if he makes the hit and roll underneath, you can freeze behind.
Would you rather play the half-weight hit on that blue, or would you rather try to freeze onto it and then play that hit up?
You know, I'm thinking I'm going to play the freeze here. You don't got to make the freeze perfect if you even leave it top 4. It's always runnable. The problem with this hit is if you hit and roll underneath the guard, Nate's going to draw around and freeze you. And if he makes it perfect, it's going to be a force. He's got very good draw weight. You know, if you are to ever miss this rock, you're going to hope you're over curling that top 12 blue and kind of play the hit and roll. That could be another shot you just could play, is the top one hit and roll. Yeah. Looks like it's hanging. He is going to have to. He's going to have to go hard. Or maybe sweep to get a little tick. You know, now if you're Nate Burton, I think you're just, are you playing the guard or are you drawing?
I think I would try and draw another one in now.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you're just not leaving him that double, you can either be full 8 or back 4, just making sure you're not leaving him a double for 2 or 3, maybe just a 2. Line looks pretty close here. Once it gets over, it should go. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Scott isn't. It's a really good shot.
Does lead to double, but that double does look like it stops on that yellow.
I think you just got to draw for your one here.
It looks like they're playing an off double.
Is that there?
I think so, yeah. Yep, that blue on my right does. Yeah,
It does. It should always stuff it.
You are quiet. I don't know why though. You may need to go back to them.
Are we going back to them?
You may need to go back to them. Sure. I'm just gonna mute you.
On sheet 3, we have the men's final of Davies versus Whitmire. And Whitmire appears to be leading 1-0.
On sheet 4, we have the U20 men's final. It is Team Oak versus Team Carina, and we have Team Carina winning 3-0 after the 4th end. In the 4th end.
I'd be playing it to go in. You could either play the tap or the draw round, but I feel like the draw round would be easier than the perfect tap.
I agree. Draw is easier. It's up to six. Six is the teacher.
Just see whenever it gets to the low T band, doesn't stop off.
Doesn't stop coming. Try another attempt at the corner guard here. Anywhere from 2 to 4 is good.
So it does seem to be a lot here as well.
Going to those wings all weekend, and he has been very quick.
So they're going to slide in the rings here to give Team Burton a chance to hit and roll behind the center. Or the one in the top 12 at least.
Jackson throwing his slots to the end, electing to play the hit and roll, I believe.
Might even possibly, if he gets the roll, he could possibly get off the back towards the forefront. Just needed to hit it a hair thicker to get that.
Second year Spencer trying to throw. Coming around this or throwing a corner. Would you be playing here?
I think I would go for the corner one more time here. Give him another chance. Maybe even try the other side if I'm inconsistently heavy to try and see if it slows down on the other side. But they're going. So. What would you play there?
I think I am still going to play the corner guard. You know that top 12 rocket is in the rings, but it's not really hurting you right now. You can always outdraw that later. Just it's going to have a slide out too far. So now if you're Team Burton, I think it's just putting this in the rings here now. If you slide back in, you slide back in for just making sure you're putting it to the guard.
Looks like it's going to sit around the top 8, top 4 spot.
Great shot. They are electing to play the freeze here. It isn't a bad call. It's an aggressive call. Are you playing the freeze or what are you going to play here?
I mean, you're only down 2 on this in the 4th end here, so it is a very aggressive call. Because if you don't make it perfect, then you could give Team Burton a chance to draw to the top 8 or the top 12. So
I think I might be putting just one more corner guard, just for one more, and then whether they would have elected to peel it, then I think you got to go in. But still, on your second rug, you could have probably put one more corner guard on. It's looking like it's going to work well, so they're going to have a shot to hit stick for two. Roll over just a little bit to the left, right, and the center is good.
Yeah, I think playing the corner guard on that last one would have been a good call, because if you would have went for the corner and they played a center, or to try and guard that, you always have the freeze to make sure that you're getting your one or you can get your two. It does seem to be a little bit wide. Needs to curl.
It's a little bit hard on this one.
Peel it out though. That's the right miss instead of over curling it.
Third stops now, so another aggressive call to play this freeze. He did just throw it, so I mean, if he makes it, it's going to be good. I was looking at maybe getting two this way, but there's a very aggressive call.
Can you be a little bit heavier with this? Tighten up the ice and play to be heavy and tap it back a little bit so it's not biting button. It does appear to be heavy. Yeah, those if you're going to be heavy, so just take away the less ice, because then if you're throwing to be heavy, then it probably won't curl as much.
That is the bad part about playing the freeze. It's such a very precise shot, you know, just that couple inches heavy or a couple feet heavy really makes a difference on that shot.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Team Burton here didn't play top four drop, top eight. Just kind of cover theirs up so then the freezes in there. They do seem to be a little heavy here, so you may want to bring it back as far as you can.
Careful not to leave a pocket. Oh, they're good.
They're changing it up, switching it to a seam. So they're going for their end. So like, so they're attempting to make the double. Would you play anything different?
No, I think I could try to let's get good shots. Right here now you're just looking to hit and stick. Just making sure you're saving your shooter doesn't matter too much where it rolls.
You're just heading out here for the rest of the end.
Someone scored 2 points into this. You're kind of Barkley here, just they. I think they're hitting a lot of ice for the. I think they're hitting.
Maybe they're playing tapped like back four foot or something.
Just a little bit more statistic when they try to play freeze tap. But again, it's not necessarily being a very aggressive call, but
double hard and not really a draw there, unless you're covering the pin.
He no longer just knows that blue that was originally in the fourth, but that is a great shot.
Still going for the double to attempt a blank. Would you play this, or would you try to play the double here just nose, or would you try and get it over top of it?
I think I'm playing to just play the nose double. If you get over top of it, yeah, you know, either is good. I think it's just your skip's preference here.
Slid out quite wide.
Looks like played over the top now. What are we playing?
I think they're getting the jam.
Oh, it was close. And there's still one for Team Burton. The score is 4-1 after 4 hits.
What would your mentality going into this end up 3 be like?
Up 3, I'm just making sure, you know, giving up 2 points isn't the worst of the end, but I'm just making sure that I am going to be still in control of this game after this end. You know, I'm definitely not going to want to see a lot of rocks in play. Making them waste a couple ends is kind of what I'd be doing here. What about you?
Yeah, I'd definitely be going top 4 here to try and get them into the hitting game. Make sure that it's either a blank or trying to force. On sheet 2, we have the score for the women's final. Plet 2, Palmadale 1 in the 5th end.
And then on sheet 3, we have the U18 men's final. We have Davies versus Whitmire, and Davies is up. Then Whitmire. Sorry, Davies is up 2-0 after 4.
And then on sheet 4, the U20 men's, Team Oak has 2 and Karina has 3 in the 5th end. Back to our sheet, we see that the Dax just drew into the top 12 there.
Yeah, you know, a little bit light of where they would have wanted it, but still a good shot.
This one's curling hard early.
Yeah, you know, if it sits, looks like they are trying to play it into the ring, so if it sits, it's a real good shot. No, not necessarily what they were calling, but if they throw another corner, they'll have 2 corner guards, so it's a great shot.
Yeah, for Team Burton here, would you rather play this nose tap or the draw? If it was you.
I think I'm just playing I might be playing the tap. Yeah. You know, worst case, with this tap, you hit it to make sure you're making contact. If you ever slide deep with the draw around, it is back 4, and you know, a lot of good things you can split with the tap, but it's whatever your preference is.
I think for me, I would at least try and play the draw here, because I know even if I half bury it, that's better than leaving the double if I'm light on the tap.
It does look like it's sliding. It has to sit.
Looks like it just slid through. Even being tight there would have been a pro miss. Split it. Get them spread out.
No, I agree.
I think so. It seemed like he was trying to be really aggressive later in that last end, so I'm surprised that we're not seeing another corner guard thrown.
Yeah.
He makes the nose hit, so that leaves the center guard. Would you? Oh, it must be still biting because they're electing to play the hit here.
Yeah, no, I do like this hit, making sure you just knows. I mean, you do roll in if they do elect to hit again. It is a guard, but you know you are up through. I don't mind even a roll in here.
He just peels it out there. That's not a bad miss either, though.
That is the pro miss there.
It does seem like they might be drawing around here, or are they throwing in the corner?
I would like to see the corner, but I think they're. Nope, they are electing to draw around, but I think playing the corner is just as good.
This right side of the sheet seems to be curling a lot to the wings rather than the center.
Yeah, it's going hard.
Would you rather see Team Burton, when they hit this one, would you rather see them roll to the center away from the guard, or would you rather see them roll underneath it?
No, I think I'm seeing them roll far away. If you could get to the other side on that 8-foot area past the 4-foot, but if you roll underneath the guard, you know, they might be drawing around here. They might, regardless, you know, they might still ignore this rock, but I think I am trying to roll closer to center.
Seems to be curling a lot here. I think you need to go to hold it for a decent roll. Oh yeah, I was way wrong. That's why we're behind the glass.
That's why we're out.
Yep. I'm still surprised on how aggressive they were being last end, that they haven't elected to throw another corner on either side.
Yeah, me too. You know, he's obviously pretty confident that he knows he can make those shots, and I mean, I like it.
This one is curling a little bit less, but it does have less handle, so it does seem to be dying.
We're going to have to go to sweep to make this finish here. See, both of them are swing around and try and get this buried. Great weight, just a little bit too wide.
Seems like Team Burton can see the whole rock, so I think they're going to try and roll the same way.
Yeah, you know, I like rolling. I like rolling to center. If you're rolling underneath that guard, you are going to be underneath T, and he can freeze on you after. So I think rolling away is the best option here.
With rolling away, though, if you get it too thin, you also could be behind T, though.
Yeah, if you're going to be behind T.
Seems like they're rolling behind the guard now. Switch to plan B.
You know, still a good shot.
Yeah. I don't think there's enough room for them to get underneath it because that guard is so deep.
No, you'd have to play it awfully tight, and still I don't think you're going to be full buried.
It seems like they're already on their yellow here, catching it thin.
Just a little bit too narrow.
I think I have the best seat in the house. I'm right behind the hack and can see everything coming down.
Nice, nice, wonderful, comfy chairs, and
Yeah, it seems like they're just going to split the house here to force Team Barkley to 1 and then get Hammer coming back home.
Yeah, you know, on this one you don't have to be too cute with it. Just making sure in the ring, because you know, when you are going out this way, obviously without having to make sure you're not leaving a corner guard. So as long as they're in the rings, it's a good shot.
This one, we've seen this path a bunch slide through before, so needs to be careful with this one.
Yeah, looks like it's still sliding. You should be good here. We spoke too soon. Connor going hard on it, but it does appear it's going to stay in the rings.
Which one of these two would you rather hit first? I usually what I would do is hit the shot rock first.
You know, I'm actually going to disagree with you on this one. I think I might be hitting the higher one first. Just try and roll it over. Kind of get less separation between the two. But I mean, whatever your preference is, you knows this, they knows it's a little bit higher. They are rolling. It's not a bad shot.
That was a good roll though, because it does make it hard for Team Burton to roll away without rolling it out.
I agree, that was a great shot.
So Jackson, what was your favorite part of this weekend?
I think my favorite part was last night. It got a little bit wild for a few hours. Didn't show up to the hotel till past midnight, but no, it was good.
Like sore from dancing or curling?
Dancing definitely. A little sore today.
I think a little bit too much jumping.
A lot too much jumping.
It looks like he needs to hang on here. Might be rolling out. Hard for a little bit. There we go. Great sweep by the lead Dax.
Probably a better sweep than that's so he's holding up. Do some sweeping camps in the summer.
Yeah. I don't know. Oliver claims he's already good enough, so.
Really good. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Might have to put it to the pressure burn.
Might have to do the pressure. He claims he doesn't want to do it tonight. He's going to have to get some pressure. Really, really see who's the best.
No, one of them wasn't working. Was this some?
Can I take the program back?
Oh yeah, sure.
You guys don't need it? Okay, thanks.
good draw attempt. He is light, so it is a blank, and score is still 4-1 for Team Burton going into the 6th end. We see lead Dax here going a little bit short. Not a bad shot, you know, as they are up 3, they are wanting to get more of their rocks in play. You might see them elect to play the peel on their necks, but I mean, that rock is tight enough, and at least it is their own rock that is runnable.
Going into the 6th here, would you almost want to get rid of your own halfway guard there at the center?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to be peeling my center here. You are up 3. That's really the only rock they can bury around now, and without this, they've got nothing to hide behind.
They're electing to go around the center here, which is an aggressive move, but if you said top 4, top 8, it does put them in a bind.
Yeah, just making sure not behind the tee, and that, you know, after this, even if they freeze, they'll still be shot rock.
You don't want to be heavy on this one. Leaving one behind the center line wouldn't pan out well.
If you are going to end up being heavy, you want to make sure out of that 4 foot kind of biting into that back 8. Looks like a, just sliding a little too deep. You know, still a good shot. You know, Connor Barkley's team, they are going to have to make a good freeze here, and, you know, Nate's team, they'll be able to freeze onto it regardless.
Outside sweeper there going hard to make it curl in.
You just got to make sure you don't have to make this perfect.
It does seem to be over curling though.
Yeah, they might have to go keep the, oh, there we go, switch for straight for line. Looks like they've got a good one, keep going. Ends up a little bit short, you know, not an awful shot, that works.
Yeah, it just seems like Team Burton now is going to just throw one, I would say, around top 12, half bury it so the angles aren't favorable for Team Barkley.
Are you ever going to peel this guard? I mean, if you end up peeling, Barkley does have to make a run on their own. They're not guaranteed to make it. I mean, they do. You're going to have a double back. What are you playing here?
It seems like they just played this chunk shot here, but I would have tried to corner freeze onto the yellow so then they wouldn't be able to run it back, so then the angles aren't able to go back onto our blue, so then they'd have to try and draw around it.
Yeah, the problem with that shot there, just a little bit too heavy, but it does leave access to that back button blue stone there, so they are going to have the same shot he just threw again, so expect it to be close.
On this next one, if they do end up making the perfect freeze, you almost have the in-off double off that yellow that Burton just moved.
Yeah, you know, regardless, even if you don't, or they're just getting by, looks good. If you don't even make the double and just unlocking those two, but they are going to be bumping, it's a good shot.
The double is there.
Yeah, even you just move that yellow one off the pin. If you're not getting out, just making sure that you're sitting shot here. Expect some weight to be coming here.
You have to throw in the Orleans, the intern at this.
Unless you're Blake McDonald and throws it good enough that he throws the out turn like this. How many people can?
Out of all the curlers, that's who you choose.
Well, you gotta keep it in the family.
Looks like they need to curl up here.
That's a good shot.
That's a beauty.
Making sure that it's off the button, that rock's in the control zone.
That is a great placement for Team Burton because that top one, that top blue in the forefoot, is going to be hard to get rid of because of the two backing.
You know, if you're Team Barkley here, electing to play the freeze. That's good. No, yeah, if you're Team Barkley here now trying to make the freeze, you don't have to make it 100% on the inside instead of the second shot here. You can try to remove that top 4-1 that they just rolled on top. Just with like a back hack weights, even if you try to move that, you're going to play the freeze here.
I would always play the freeze here because you can't get to first shot with that, so then you'd always be still second or third. But with that shot there, it does leave another, just even the same shot that Team Barkley just played.
Yeah. You know, if you're Team Burton here now, are you electing to play just kind of the hit and roll underneath, or what are you playing here?
Almost a freeze on the inside, even just move it a hair, like an inch or two.
You can see how much you can see of this one. I don't mind their call as long as they're not jamming on the back and they're rolling underneath, but again, they are going to be parking the same shot they just played.
He's sliding wide here. Just a curl. Yeah. That isn't a bad miss. You'd rather do that than catch that tiny little piece and push it in more.
Connor Barkley, are you going to be playing this draw, or are you going to be trying to make a top or play on this top 4-1?
The only way that you can get rid of that top 4-1 is either if you get on the inside, but you have to get a decent amount in there with a little bit of weight, or you have to try and punch it through the hole.
Well, you don't have to play it with a lot of weight, and if you end up ticking on one of your blues, at least it's a freezable rock, and your shooter should still be staying in the forefoot there.
Yeah, if anything, I'd only be playing like back 8 weight, trying to just leave it in the back 4, back 8, so then it's hard to get rid of my yellow.
Never enough that your yellow's going to be out of play. Are, however, playing weight at it, but they might.
This looks good.
Really?
Ooh, should have been calling line.
Yeah, just have to go a little bit harder on it. She made it curl a little bit too much.
Making that freeze on that one that he's tapping on, I would say.
Freeze right.
Looks like they're putting more weight at it though.
Hard for the line here.
Burton calling him off.
Blake's playing close, so he's good. Great shot by Caleb here.
Leaves Team Burton lane 2.
Pardon?
I said it leaves Team Burton lane 2.
You know, if you are Team Berkeley here, you do have the double. You do have the double back here.
Just a matter if you stick your shooter, which you need to do here.
Sticking is, again, very crucial.
How crucial?
Very.
Seems like they might have the double over the top there. Triple almost.
It's not a bad shot, you know. You're going to see Team Burton probably be playing the hit, but you know, it's not an easy rock to get out of there.
They're going just around the center here because Nate has his draw weight so far this game. We've seen him make a couple draws.
Yeah, he is. Oh, he's going to play the hit. I think he's hearing us. I do like the hit, but if you ever sink the draw and you're biting the back piece of the button and they freeze, you are looking at maybe giving up 2 or 3 here. Or, no, he is playing the hits.
Oh, maybe.
Let's see. What is he playing?
I think he's just playing a lighter weight hit kind of split.
Yeah, well, it is looks like a lot of ice, but it is curling a lot to the wings today, so he might just be throwing like a hack weight and try and chip it and make sure he sticks his shooter here. The other option is you could just throw it with the out turn and throw it with some weight and just rip it over top, and if he wants to, he can then go around the guard, and then you can follow him and force him to his one.
Would you ever play the draw around the center?
Only if I was down. He is up 3, so he doesn't really need the extra points right now, which is why I don't mind the rip giving up 2, going into 7. Up one with isn't bad.
Needs to curl here. Looks like if they do miss the yellow, they will go to the back.
Try to play the freeze here.
This is stay in for shot. If you're Team Berkeley, what would you do here?
I think I'm going around our center guard, just top 8, top 4. You can freeze to the back one, too,
That does also leave Team Burton the out though, like the freeze is how you get rid of all those.
Yeah, I don't mind this call. It's going. Sorry, yeah, going back 8 here, playing that freeze. It's not an awful call. It's hard, and if you ever leave it short, you might give him the double or whatever. If you go around the guard, Nate's got to make a decision if he's fine giving up 2 or if he's going to chase it. And, if he ends up chasing and routes, he might get 3 here. So I like going around the guard.
Yeah, going around the guard, but you have to be second or first shot.
Connor made a great draw on his first going around that guard, and now you see Nate electing to play the hit. It's got a curl to catch a piece here. Oh, he's good. Oh, there we go. Nice shot. Connor will have an open draw for his 2.
Would you follow down your same path there, or would you go and almost draw into all those backing?
No, I think he just threw it, and the paths are pretty similar. Once you start drawing down to that backing, it's curling so much to the wings that you have to hair by that center guard just to get it by. So I think it's whatever your preference is. I mean, you could hit the back one too, but he just threw this, so I think he knows the path and he knows the weight, so I'd be playing the draw.
It's coming down. It seems to be gliding a little bit.
Yeah, I might have to sweep this with the backing here.
Just clean in, it seems.
What do I know? They're good.
Yeah. Oh. Looks like they. Oh, bringing in the big sweep.
Big,
apparently.
big sweeping here.
Ooh, slides through the house.
Little heavy on his draw. That's 1 for Team Barkley, and it is 4-2 for Team Burton going into the 7th end.
For this next end for Team Burton, would you rather blank or just try and be passive too?
You know, as long as no steals, you know, scoring your 1, being up 3, going into 8 is good. I just think as long as there's no steals, whatever happens is good.
I'd almost be trying for a blank there to keep it up 2 with hammer, or just not letting them score no matter what, really.
Yeah, we call it a smart deuce. So if you know, you can go hard for it at the it's at the start, sorry, but if it's looking not good by your seconds last, then you can start peeling and then try and go for the blank.
Yeah, the bail point on this end will be earlier than usual.
Yeah, you know, now Team Barkley, you're going to see them put up the two center guards here would be the ideal call. Normally you'll go tight and then you'll go high, and then, you know, you might see Team Burton here play the tick. We'll see where this first one ends up. Really, for Team Barkley here for the next couple ends, you're just trying to make chunky. You know, you have to steal here, so getting a lot of guards up and then socking one around is kind of how it might go.
If you're Team Burton here, do you almost do you put one in the house there into the wing like a winger, or would you play on the center guards as a tick?
You know, I don't mind going around with playing that winger, as long, you know, you are going to probably start ripping this end, so playing a winger just kind of makes it as a jamming rock. I don't mind the winger, but this isn't a bad shot. Like, you know, it's only your leads first, so if things start not going good after the first couple, then they can start ripping. I don't mind this.
Even if he was tight on this draw and you tick it in, that's pretty good, because you'll have one in the house and you'll also be able to hit their yellow.
Yeah, you're just, seems to be sliding a little too deep. That's not a bad spot. You'd rather have that than just back of the pin. For Team Barkley here, they are electing to go around the guard. Are you going to throw another guard, or are you going to go around?
I think I would go for the freeze on this one and then possibly throw a guard on the next one, closer to the center line, so it doesn't give Team Burton an out when it gets junk.
Yeah, I agree. You could play, you know, a halfway high kind of center guard. Burton then's got to be careful where they put that next one. I mean, you can always top that tighter yellow one. This does look like it's sliding just a little. Still shot, just too much, a little too wide.
At this point of the game, I don't know about this freeze though, because then you're still not above T, which also does leave them the freeze for a possible steal.
You know what? You can. You're trying to play the hit and roll and kind of peel your own out. As long, I'm not a huge fan of this freeze. I think it's gonna get junky then.
With lots of spots to hide and harder to get the rocks out.
Yeah, you know, like a shot you could play is you could throw the hit, and I mean, you get both your blues out. You get both your blues out. They've got nothing to freeze around, and then you start peeling.
Well, Looks a little bit heavy, so he might be tapping it to third shot.
It's the right way to miss that shot if you're going to be a little bit heavy.
So Team Burton sitting 1 and 2 here with Barkley with that yellow behind. That's kind of preventing that double from being played.
Your Team Barkley, are you playing the freeze, or are you just trying to go right around your guard?
Right now, I think I'd be playing the freeze and trying to either have a force or a steal here, depending how my team would want to play it. If we'd want to steal out, or if we'd want to force and then get 3.
Yeah, you know, I think either is a good call. I think your probability of getting 3 and stealing 1 are pretty close to whatever your team's more comfortable with. That's a great shot they just made on that freeze. It's key not to bounce off, you know, kind of line it up that, you know, never both of the yellows are going to be going up with the next rock here. Like if your team right now are electing to play the freeze, another shot, you could just play that peel. You're always going to have access to the pin. I think playing the freeze, it's getting a little bit too late into the end if you are wanting to start to make sure you're securing your 2. Playing the freeze isn't bad, but also making sure that you're not going to be giving up a steal and looking at a couple.
Those angles down there don't look very favorable for Team Burton right now. Looks like if you hit that top yellow, that both those blue go.
Yeah, I think instead of rather freezing this, you want to kind of unlock them. You can throw just back 4, back 8, which looks like he might be doing anyways. Unlocking them's pretty good.
That's a good shot.
Thanks. It's hard to tell. I don't know how much weight he's throwing, but I think if you just, I think you just kind of want to nose that top blue one with just like back 4 weights. Here, Kron. Did roll, it didn't curl enough. They were trying to play underneath. It's not the way you wanted to make that shot.
Not a bad outcome, because it does leave that double. That looks like the top blue would go over top of the yellow, leaving it.
Yeah, and that still is freezable, and if you freeze it at the right angle, you're going to be hard pressed to get that yellow out of there.
There's a lot of scoring opportunities here.
There is. Team Burton here just trying to hit and roll just side of the, you know, even the nose hit here for Burton's good. Good shot.
Appears they are sitting 3 here, so yeah, it looks like they're just gonna like to play that freeze to try and steal here.
Yeah, Connor Barkley, if he's playing the hit and roll, I was just gonna say you could play the hit and roll on the top 4 one. That's not a bad call. What do you think?
Yeah, the hit and roll is a really difficult shot. It's one of the harder ones in curling to get the perfect weight and the perfect roll, especially where you have to hit the rocks, especially since you can't, no matter where you practice it, all striking bands are different, so where you hit the rock, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, you know, it might just be one rock to it. Like if you freeze back 4 here, they may, we don't know what happens. They may wick off. There's a lot more things that can happen, but or they can take their own. Nope. If you're Nate here, just making sure play the roll. You don't want to quite be buried, but right on the center line is perfect.
That's a
It's a
beautiful
really
shot.
good shot. Now, if you're Connor Barkley, I think you just have to play the freeze. So how do you play the?
It's too late to play that run in.
Yeah, that run had to be done a couple rocks earlier. Now, if you miss the run, they're gonna put another guard, and now you're not running your own color in. You're just running another blue in. Yeah, then I'm Jackson. Yeah.
Jackson.
I am. Yeah. Now with that missed run back attempt, now we're going to see Nate just throw the tight guard. He doesn't have to make this guard perfect. I'm trying to err on the side of not.
I think leaving the guard closer to the center line side, like almost biting a piece of it and tight, makes the next shot for Connor Barkley really difficult.
It does look like it's sliding into the rings. It's not bad. You just want to make sure you're not lining up so a lot of blues.
Even if it's top 12 here on the center somewhere, I would say that's good.
I might sweep it back and not give a pocket here.
They left the pocket there.
Back break. We're going to see Connor here now. Free straight to it. You want to be making sure that you're on the left-hand side of the center line once you're frozen into here, and it's going to be hard to get that rock out of there.
Nope. Well, yes, you did. But I'm not
I think the only way that they would be able to get this, if they froze it perfectly, would be to slash that one on the left, the blue on the left, into the yellow.
It still jams. If you can get this in there, good. It's gonna take 2 rocks to get that rock out of there.
Connor Barkley sliding out here. His team's sweeping it like he might be light here.
Yeah, they're gonna. Looks close. Might have to go for line.
Looks like they have to go for both line and weight.
This is really close.
It's looking nice.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Beauty.
Well, if you're Nate here now, yeah, you're gonna have to might be checking it with the intern. Just try and clip it. What are you playing? I'm seeing blue on that left-hand side onto the yellow. That's straight frozen.
I'm seeing like hitting that like with hit the blue half a rock and then.
It's that, or I mean, you could just hit the yellow, remove that back blue that's frozen. Connor plays the guard. You either have the, I don't mind just a straight nose on the yellow, because then regardless, you're either gonna have the slash kind of blue or some sort of run back. What are you playing here?
Calling a timeout and
Yeah,
asking Coach
asking
B.
Coach B. Rent what we're doing.
And by the looks of it, I think that even if you do nose it, you have to throw quite a bit of weight for it to get out.
Yeah.
And hit like half of the right side of it, I would say.
Looks like he's got to go here.
He might just pick it out. He's got to hit some of it though. Needs a piece.
Not where he wanted to hit that, just over curled. Veer.
Connor Barkley's here. I would be throwing a tight guard.
As I say, I don't really want to be rearranging anything now. You kind of get caught up and you want to put a second rock in there, but the second you do that, you're kind of risking giving Nate a little bit of an angle.
They could put another one freeze on their own nose
Yeah, it's not a bad shot. The only worry is if, like, again, if you tap it at all,
Yeah, if you tap it or if you're on the right side there and it leaves it through the
it might
port.
be 5.
Yeah. Coming down here, they're going hard for line. Try and hold it straight early.
Yeah, they look.
They look like they're playing for in the house.
Looks like they're close. Might have.
Needs a curl.
Yeah,
It's coming in there nicely.
Oh, good shot. No, that is perfect.
There's not much Nate can do. Besides throw
Nate,
a lot of weight at that and see what happens.
It's hard to tell from here. It looks like they're sitting 2, I think. Back again, that is the issue with playing all those freezes, you know, when you're not getting them unlocked and you've got all those rocks in the back 8 in the back 4. This is, you know, probably something they may have expected to happen. I think if you're, as long as you can, I don't think more blues. Those back 2, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I don't think you can, but I don't want to jinx him here. I think you're just trying to shoot the top yellow out. The back one might go. It's hard to tell with the angles. I think you got to throw it pretty hard.
You guys seem to be throwing a lot of weight at this.
Got to go here.
That middle one, that middle yellow is not going anywhere
Looks
from
like
the
it's
where
just
he's hitting
dead
it.
stuff here.
Oh, he did get the one out though.
Get the one. That's a good shot. If you do hit that thinner, the top yellow might just spill enough to get your one, but good shot for the force. It's a steal of 1 for Team Barkley going
Into the 8th.
going into the 8th, and it's going to be 4-3 for Team Burton. You see late 8 in here. I'm just sliding back 8 foot. They were definitely trying to play the guard. Now we're going to see lead Dax here hit it. Sticking is good, just making sure you're getting this rock out of play. All this then is just making sure that they're not stealing 1. Scoring 1, scoring 3 doesn't matter, just as long as there's no steals here. Could even blank the end.
I'd almost prefer the rollout here because you don't want to leave them anything to freeze to or leave them a scoring chance.
It's a good shot. If that rock was top 4, I would like the straight nose, but assuming it's being back 8 and we know this team likes to freeze a lot, the straight rip out is good. You're gonna see he's throwing the tight guard now. We might see, I don't know, we might see Nate go play the tick being up 1. Tick isn't as risky, or you know, he might play a winger or he might go right around it, but playing the tick isn't a bad call if he makes this.
Do you almost prefer drawing around it first and then playing the tick?
No, I think if you're drawing around and you just ever slide again that back 4, I think that's got them in a lot of trouble. In worst case with the tick, you miss it, it goes back, you can start peeling on your next. I just think with the draw, you almost can't miss the draw.
Oh, and Team Barkley here slide into the house again, giving Team Burton a chance just to get rid of some rocks.
Yeah, this one I don't mind if they stick. You know, they can't really ever freeze to that, and it is a good rock. It's kind of an easy run, and it's hard to out-bury draw that rock, so either or if he rolls out, that's fine, but the nose is just as good.
Yeah, even rolling a little bit to the center, I'd like keep that rock in the control zone. You can always use it later too.
He's got to go hard for the sweep here. Gotta
Go hard to get it out.
Yeah. Just ticked it. Now you're gonna see Connor Barkley just throw a guard up on that. You know, guards are such a hard shot, but you know, you don't have to make this perfect. Just make sure it's showing a piece of it, and you don't know too deep that they can play the double peel.
Just sliding out here, hoping for a halfway, even a high guard.
Yeah, separation is key. That's a great shot, you know. Got it dead buried, you know it's not too tight. You know, if I'm Team Burton here, I might be electing to play the peel. You're gonna play the peel, you're gonna draw around team.
At this point, I think I'd try and play the peel. Just make sure you get rid of some yellow, because that one in the top 12, Nate's had his draw weight all day. Like I've said, he can outdraw that one at 12 foot.
Yeah, you know, the one top 12's not the one hurting you. It kind of does look like it, but that guard is the one that they're going to be able to bury around. Do look like they're tight to this. They get by. Nope. No, that's not a bad shot. It's not terrible, you know. Connor does have to hit it. It's still in the open. It's a hard hit and roll. No matter where he goes, he can still freeze or be able to make a tap on it. It's not bad.
He's just rolled in here. A little bit of an overroll. I believe you can see all of that from the hack.
Yeah, you know, if you're Burton now, that's, you know, where they rolled isn't a half bad spot. No, Burton's gonna have to roll underneath here, and you are gonna be able to play the straight freeze. You know, if I'm Burton, I might still be trying to slam that guard into one of them. What are you playing here? Are you playing the hit and roll, or trying to slam that guard one last time?
I think I'd try and slam that guard and maybe even try and hit it thicker to try and get something
Yeah.
on the way out. But
Worst case, you're making the peel. You know you might get lucky with one of them in the rings, but either's a good shot. Just it is still pretty early in the end. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble here, and you don't really want to have to be chasing on your last one here.
yeah, you got to make sure you at least have your opportunity to draw for one, or even just make sure you don't give up a steal of multiples.
Yeah. Just have to curl an inch here. That's a good shot. You know, another call on that, you don't have to make that perfectly buried. Just tucking half of it's really good, and you know, they can't ever get the roll underneath, but you're not underneath the tee line.
Yeah, that one in the top 12 is really coming into play now, because it's really hard to get around that as a draw, so can't really fully bury it.
Connor, are you playing around with this out-turn draw? Are you going to try and play the hit and just try and get just inside of it?
I know the right call is probably the hit here, but I almost like the draw for the top 4, because if you leave it just at a right angle, half buried, and only showing them enough where that it would jam, then it does make it difficult.
Yeah, you know, another call is you could have played it just with an in-turn, kind of tried to corner freeze it, so it was loaded onto theirs. You know, now if you're now if you're Burton here, I don't mind going with this in-turn, kind of Christmas treeing it tuck half, just as long as they don't have the double on their next. I mean, even if they make the double, even if they make the double here, you always are gonna have the forfeit open. Looks like they've got to go hard for line here.
Looks like they might catch that one in that top 12.
Which might not be a bad shot. Oh, a great sweep. Oh, that's a great shot.
Great team shot on that one. Now Connor Barkley having to peel his own center guard when having to steal in the last end.
He's playing the run.
Double run.
The double run double.
It's a little wide here.
You know, another shot there would have just been to play it with, you know, back 8 weight and trying to top the one that Caleb just threw and kind of create a pocket. Just trouble with that, it's so late in the end that even if you make the run double there, even if you make that run double, they still got the forfeit there, and then you're still gonna have to freeze again.
If you're Nate here, would you rather would you throw the guard here because you know you're set up there and that, but the double's there?
Yeah, you know, I think if I'm Nate, I might just be trying to play this hit and roll on that top yellow one. I'm gonna hope here and give him a pocket to freeze. So yeah, that's the trouble with that shot. If you're too heavy, now they do have a pocket to freeze too. And again, they freeze it perfect. That rock isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, even if they just tap it a little bit off the button, because it does seem to be covering it, that they could nudge it back a little bit and still be half buried.
Yeah, you know, kind of the two shots they could have played there was that hit, or they could have played just a tight guard. But you know, he's still got to make a good one here, and even Nate on his first, he might be able to come in off his side blues. We'll see what happens.
Maybe throwing some weight at this. Might just be playing for like a hack weight.
Just like a little big. They've got to go hard for line here.
Has to go. It seems like they're just gonna hair by this guard.
Really close. Really close. Oh, not enough.
Spoke too soon. That's not a bad place where that ended up, but Team Burton should probably eliminate one of those two.
Yeah, you know, if I'm Nate here, I'm just going to be playing the hit and roll. Hit and roll to the center line with the in-turn here. You know, you don't got to make it perfect. They're always going to have, you got to kind of want to be careful here. You could just actually, you know what, playing the nose is just as good. Yeah, he's always going to have the yellow raise no matter where you go here. An update on the women's final. Plet just won 7-4 against Team Pomodeli. So I really don't know how to say that name. And we have 3 rocks left with Team Whitmire down 1 without against Team Davies in the men's final.
We're just seeing Nate. It seems like he's. I'm not too sure what he's playing.
I don't know. He might be playing a hack weight or the freeze. I'm not too sure. Looks like he's trying to play out just that hack weight hit, but they've got to go hard here.
Got a point. You can't get too cute with the weights, and you just maybe throw firm at it and just make sure it goes away.
Yeah. See with this now, got a sweep to make this girls out tap. Oh, it's gonna be too light.
I'm not too sure what he was trying to do with that shot,
No, I
but
think he was trying to make the corner freeze, but even if he did make the corner freeze, Connor would still have that yellow raise, and then it kind of blocks off your slash.
yeah, that yellow raise is just in the nose there, and if you nose it, you double out those two, which I feel like he might play for his last one, or he's not playing.
If you're Connor here, you're just looking to freeze. If you top it, you're trying to tap it back and sit your two. He has an open hit. What are you playing? Are you playing the tap to sit two or just a straight freeze?
I think the straight freeze is probably a little bit safer if they're getting one here
I think, yeah.
and forced to an extra, and then they have to steal one more. Seems like he is playing quite a bit of weight at this. So there we go.
He's close.
That's game.
Oh, and he's on the ground. That's game. Team Burton wins the U15 division at the Marc Kennedy Junior Classic. Final 4-3 against Team Berkeley.